MMAOddsBreaker today. We got Joe Benavidez getting ready to fight Dustin Ortiz. It's weird. Like everyone knows at home, I start conversations with Joe and anybody before we actually start taping, and I asked him, "What do you not want to talk about during this thing?" He's like, "We're not talking about the fight at all during this interview. So we can't talk about the fight." So instead, we're going to talk about the fact that he's lost 74 pounds.
74.
74 pounds. Amazing.
Yep. Yeah.
You haven't competed since April, right?
That's how the 74 pounds came off.
How frustrating was it for you not getting a fight, knowing that you wanted one, as soon as possible? Like, it just wasn't happening.
You know what? It's just like one of those things. Like, if it's going to happen, like, it's awesome, to fight. Like, last year I fought 4 times, and it was awesome. I just went from fight to fight to fight, and I was staying busy and training. But, when you are faced with, like, a position like this, you kind of have 2 ways to go about it. You can kind of be like, dang, this sucks, I'm not fighting, and you can take it as time off, which some people do, and like, oh, now I can eat, or now I can not train, now I can sleep in, but like, or you can take it as time to improve, which is what I've done. I feel like I've made serious gains and like working on a lot of just other things I needed to improve on in my game in this time. And like, it's a whole different training when you don't have a fight. You train with an open mind to think of stuff. You're not hyper focused on an opponent and a certain day and a certain like the certain person and everything. So you're just training open minded, working on kind of like everything, and with good rest and still good food. So I just use the time to make huge improvements, and now I have a fight. So I think the improvements are going to show in the fight. I'm just excited to get in there.
How's it been with the change? Dwayne Ludwig was in there for a while, and he left and came back and left again, and now he's gone permanently, right? Dwayne's gone for good at this point?
Yeah, he has his own gym in Colorado now.
So what's it been like for you, though? Because you're training with an open mind, but you're getting different guys coming at you, having different trainers coming at you now with different things. Was it able to kind of filter through that stuff?
Yeah, well, it's good because for me, I'm just adding on. Like, I didn't lose all the stuff that I worked with Dwayne. Like, the 2 months after my fight, we just worked freely every day. He's actually still cornering me at the fight in Austin.
Good.
And I continue to work the stuff that we've learned. And literally for 2 months, every day without a fight, me and him worked day in and day out. Then he moved. So the last 2 months of my camp, I didn't have him. But I continued to work his stuff and really just added on everything else. So like Martin Kampmann came in, as everyone knows.
Yep.
And, I mean, that's another great high-level world-class fighter with world-class technique and knowledge. So that's only going to help you. I'm not replacing, his stuff with Dwayne's stuff. I'm adding on to it. So now I have, all the great stuff that Dwayne's taught me and adding on all the stuff that Martin's bringing to the table, on top of, just our regular training every day and our Lance Palmer wrestling, my strength and conditioning, and our jiu-jitsu and everything. So I'm just using it as a time to add on. But, like I just got done with the class, a drill session, and we still do literally. It's a Bang Muay Thai session where we just kind of go through his combos and stuff, and I run it or TJ runs it. We're like high ranks in the Bang system because it's an actual system.
Yep.
So we still practice that stuff every 2 times a week, and I work it into all my sparring and training.
In my opinion, it was a huge loss for Nevada, especially Las Vegas, and really for the Extreme Couture guys. They have Martin Kampmann leave us. It was a huge loss to have him shift and go up there with you guys for us, because he is so knowledgeable and so smart. And what a great game for you guys, especially in the light of having someone as good as Dwayne Ludwig and trying to find someone of that caliber, that teaching structure to be able to slide in and take over that hole with Martin Kampmann. I can't say enough good things about Martin. Martin has been one of my training partners, one of my trainers. I've cornered him. He's helped me out a crap ton. When you came in, did he immediately recognize, hey, this is Dwayne's system and I'm just going to expand on it? Or was there a little bit of that's Dwayne's system, this is my system kind of thing when Martin walked in?
No, it was awesome, man. I can't say enough. It's awesome to have him, like you said, Dwayne has big shoes to fill, but, like Martin's another world-class fighter. Dwayne's world-class as well, and he was an awesome coach. But, like, we're a world-class team, and, it only really works with another guy with as much knowledge to come in and teach such a high-level team. And, Martin fills those shoes perfectly and comes in and Martin's awesome, man. You know, he's just super humble and confident in his style and what he's teaching. So, you know, he never came in and tried to change anything and step on anyone's toes. And, you know, that's what a good coach does. They don't try to change the fighters the way they want to fight. They add on to what those guys are good at and add on with what they can do. And, you know, that's what Martin's done, where maybe, you know, we concentrated and everyone was really, really comfortable in Dwayne's stand-up structure. Martin came in and said, hey, then I'm going to get you guys, you know, more comfortable on some ground stuff that you guys might not have worked, and I'm going to, you know, just kind of add on to it. So he's in here, and, you know, he's helping us a ton in every aspect. And, you know, I don't think it's a secret. I mean, Martin's more of a well-rounded, you know, martial artist. You know, I mean, as far as anyone goes in the game, you know, he's well-rounded. So, you know, with Martin, we get a little bit of everything. But like I said, he does what a good coach would do, and he adds on. He's not trying to change anybody.
You alpha males is still the only real. It's tough because a lot of guys talk about how we're a real team and we're friends, and you know ATT talks about how they never fight each other. You know, a lot of these guys won't fight each other because we're all, you know, Lawler and Tyron. We won't compete against each other because we're in the same camp and all that stuff. But you guys are more than just teammates and guys that float into a section and float back out again. You guys are buying houses and living in the same houses together, and all you guys are roommates, and you're cooking together and shopping together, and then your families hang out on Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving, like all the kids and wives and girlfriends all come in at the same time. Does it get hard sometimes during that time when like the Wednesday practice just before Thanksgiving, you have a bad practice against somebody, or you have a great practice against somebody, then the next day you got to see them at Thanksgiving dinner and go, you know, trying to leave the gym at the gym and being at home and let home be home? Is that hard sometimes for you guys?
Nah, you know, we don't really do that. Like, if someone is beating you up or you're beating someone up, it's not like you're beating them up. It's just like they're helping you, and like it all just goes into training, man. I mean, you know, we're close. We're just there to push each other. Like, you know, one thing that separates our team, obviously we're close and we have a lot of fun, you know, working hard and having fun. But it's like there's no egos. Like, everyone literally wants the best for each other, and everyone's like there to help for each other. That's why you always see us cornering each other and a lot of people put their training aside to, you know, teach classes and help other guys, you know. And, you know, after a fight you might want to relax, but your other guy has work to do and he helped you in your camp. So, you know, you get right back in there. So, you know, everyone literally genuinely cares for each other and wants everyone to do the best. And I think that's why you see the success is it's just like, you know, when you want to do good for yourself and you're surrounded by like-minded people who want that good for you too and are helping you, you know, move that direction, you know, it's really hard not to. So, you know, we just have a great core of guys, man. I mean, like, you know, a lot of us have lived together, and then they start to have kids and families, and, you know, life starts to happen and all that stuff. But, you know, every day in the gym, man, it's just awesome, you know, energy going in there. Like, you look forward, even though you're getting headlocked and you're doing this and you're doing that, you look forward to going in and just, you know, running in a circle and talking and drilling and, you know, just hanging out in the locker room and stuff. You know, it's like, It's just all good times.
During these months you didn't have a fight and you were just specifically training, trying to get better, what was the thing you did in your personal life that's the most fun? Like, did you go any place? Did you go see anything? Did you go someplace else? Or you stuck in Sacramento the whole time training, even though you didn't have a fight coming up?
I'm trying to think. I think I went a few places. I had to have. I'm pretty sure I did. Huh? I'm pretty sure I went down to the East Coast at some point. I might have went to New Mexico with my family. I actually think I did. I'm always going back and forth to Vegas and training there, and my girlfriend lives there. I actually have a house there, so I'm just back and forth there. Like,
well, how is Megan? How is that going? Because you guys are you're not separate coasts, but it's pretty far apart. It's not like tomorrow morning you can drive down and show up at her house. I mean, you got to take some planning. How's that going still?
It's perfect, man. I love it. I mean, we've always had a relationship like that. So, you know, we just get closer and closer. I mean, we started further away than Vegas, so we get to see each other all the time with her working within the UFC too. Like, we get to see each other all the time. She understands what I'm doing. I understand what she's doing. And the thing is, even if we lived together, she'd be traveling or I'd be traveling. So, you know, we're good, man. I can't complain. I think it's awesome. I'm a lucky guy. And, you know, she really supports and understands the lifestyle and as do her, and we both just really want, support each other's dreams and everything. So
You see there's a solid future there. That's something that's going to be, you guys are looking at a solid future together?
oh yeah, for sure. That's for sure. Like I have no.
there's a lot of guys that are in this like, oh yeah, it's a great girl and she's over there and I'm over here and it's great and it's perfect, and then you forget that as you're rising up and athletically, she's rising up on camera and she's getting great at what she's doing and you're getting great at you doing, and all of a sudden your athletic career is over and she's at this time peak and you're kind of stuck. You're like, well, what's next? Where am I going now? And she's like, look,
no, just kidding.
I've been doing this for 15 years while you've been fighting. This is what I've been doing. Like, now what? It's like, well,
yeah,
crap. Now I got to figure out my manhood. So it's kind of, it gets a little rough.
As far as I'm concerned, and I think her as well, I mean, we, like, the future's all just us together. So
wherever it is.
That's the plan, man.
In 8 years from now, when you retire from fighting, are you going to have to make, and everything's the same. Right now, you're in SAC and she's in Vegas. Are you going to have to make the move to Vegas to be with her full time? Or she have to make the move up to SAC?
I think before I'm done fighting, something's gonna happen.
Good.
I don't really know, man. I mean, something's gonna happen before that. I'm getting tired of not living with her, and I think she's getting tired of not living with me. So something's gonna change before that. Hopefully before 8 years.
Well, I'm just throwing a number out there. I don't want to hamstring you to having to retire in 6 months. No, Trick said I got 8 years left. I'm good. I got 8 years left. I'm fine.
Perfect.
You feel comfortable when you come to Vegas to train? You got good training partners and a good spot and good trainers, I guess, when you're here?
Yeah, for sure. I get down there. I work with Jimmy Gifford doing some boxing. And, I do my own stuff. I'll go do some, like, yoga and Pilates and stuff over there. Get that work in.
Where are you doing yoga and Pilates at?
Vegas Hot.
Switch schools.
I like it there.
Go to Body Heat, because that's where my girlfriend teaches. Is at Body Heat. that's where I go.
Check it out. Then I work with, like, Jimmy Gifford and Sean Yarbrough. Just get some nice one-on-one work, which is always good. And then I'll usually go to Drysdale's and get some rolling and some MMA stuff in. But I typically don't go there like during camp where I have to train. But while I'm there, I can get in, like I said, that open-minded work, like getting the mitts in with Gifford and Yarbrough, and going to roll at Drysdale's and just getting those new looks in, Yeah,
getting a feel, seeing different guys you don't see every day. It's not
exactly.
It's pretty neat. I was going to ask you too. Have you spent any time working with Ricky Lundell over at Gorman High School or doing any of that stuff?
Yeah, Ricky's another guy I go visit when I get down there. He's pretty busy and blowing up. As he should be. He's a really great, exceptional coach. Yeah. But whenever I have time, we try to get some work in as well.
Perfect, Joe. I appreciate you coming on here. It's been a long time since we've had you. I'm glad you finally got a fight coming up, and I'm actually trying to get into Austin for this fight. I'm supposed to be down there filming a movie, and we don't work weekends. In theory, hopefully I'll be there. I'll be able to watch you guys live, because I love watching you fight live, and it's a treat for me to sit and actually watch you walk in and be part of the occasion, be part of it. Whether win, lose, or draw doesn't make a difference. Just seeing that energy that you bring inside the cage for me is really exceptional. I like doing it. So,
dude, I'm ready. Man, it's gonna be a really fun night, and I love the main event. Like, that's fun for me too. Like, I love Edgar and Swanson, so like that's one of those things for me where, like, I'm a fan after my fight. I'm going to watch those guys throw down. I think it's going to be an amazing fight. So
yeah, after you, when your fight's over, it's Jared Rolshaw and Alexei Nowak, and then you get into the heat of it with Pickett and Camus and then Green and Barboza, and then boom, we're in Swanson and Edgar. Like, it just builds up and builds up. That's a great night. Besides yours and besides Swanson and Edgar, which everybody on the planet wants to see, what's the other big fight that you're like, I can't wait to see this fight happen?
Well, Edgar and Swanson just take it for me. Like, I love Edgar's probably my favorite fighter to watch in all of MMA. I love that guy, and just think he, like, he's the epitome of everything like that the fighter is. He's awesome. Swanson obviously brings it. So after that, I mean, obviously I'm interested in the flyweights because Pickett and Camus is going to be just a good fight, and I think they always bring it. Pickett's another guy. Like, I love watching him fight. Just watching him compete is incredible. He's never in a dull moment. Other than that, I think Ike Valley Flag and the return of handsome Matt Wyman's going to be a nice fight.
That's the fight I was picking. Unfortunately, that's the fight just before yours. So it's like
so I'm not going to really be able to concentrate on it. But yeah, man, I think the whole card's solid all around.
Beautiful. Joe, thanks for coming on here. I appreciate it. We'll have fun. I hope I'll see you down in Austin, bud.
Hell yeah, dude. Appreciate it.